Czechia coming in wanting more than a 7th place finish from 2021. If you're on a run with the big dogs, beating Finland would certainly be a confidence booster for Czechia, but Finland again very much favored to medal. It is an all-Canadian officiating crew. Your referees are Stefan Hiff and Kyle Kowalski, and your linesmen are Cody Hisby and Brett Mackey. That is your crew that will officiate this game. Jan Bednash will get the start in goal. Not a surprise there. He is coming off the win, stop 25 of 29 in the win over Slovakia. And at the other end, Levi Merilainen, a .950 save percentage, is #1 in this World Junior Championship in the early going. He stopped 19 of 20. And it is Radim Rulik, coaching since 1991, an assistant in 2000 and 2008. And Antti Pennanen is in behind the bench for Finland, was an assistant. And that 2016 team that won gold on home soil, he was Liga Coach of the Year in 2019. Ready? This one gets underway. Into the Czechia zone right off the hop. And David Jiricek coming off a very solid performance in game 1. Will get this out of his own end. Up through center, stepping up at center was Jiri Tahacek trying to break that up. This gets put off the glass. It stays in the ballpark. And Niemela will hustle back for Finland. Getting pursued there by Kulich at a turnover. And Merilainen coming up with the early stop.
Niemela is able to come and turn in the net, and he gives the puck to Joachim Kamel right on the boards, but Kulich comes right underneath and intercepts it. It's a play where he's trying to make a play back, but Kulich just following and tracking through the middle. He doesn't get to the inside where he gets a better shooting angle, but a turnover forces Merilainen into a stoppage and now an offensive zone faceoff.
Merilainen stopped 19 of 20 in game 1. Bhutia plays this up the boards, kept in on the far side by the hero from game 1, Gabriel Stutz. Game-winning goal late for Czechia. This will get stuffed up at center and into the Czechia zone. It goes. Bednash out to try and trap it. Gets away from him. Roby Arvente's on it. He'll send this back at the line, and a wrister through some traffic from Yermo, and that whistled wide. Yermo gets it again, lets another shot go. This one finds the mark, and a save there by Bednash. So Slovakia coming off, or Czechia coming off the opening game win over Slovakia, got off to maybe a bit of a slow start, falling behind, then had to fight back. Saw a 4-2 lead disappear in the 3rd period. Found a way to win it in regulation for the all-important 3-point win. Backhander to the short side, that's lifted wide by Kos. Lambert trying to track this down at center. Gets away from him, and Emil Viro will circle back into his own zone for Finland. Viro snaps it rink wide. Lambert and Helenius will carry in. Back for Viro from the line. Lets the wrister go. That goes off a leg and wide. Aimo Salmi trying to track it down. Does. He'll send it rink wide. Koivunen trying to carry in. He'll put this in deep. Tahacek will take it in behind his own net. He'll play it for Jiricek, and off the boards and back into the Finland zone it goes.
Dennis, this sets up, the winner of this game sets up to go against Canada ostensibly undefeated and a chance at first place. So this game has real significant meaning for both teams.
Matias Rajaniemi, number 2 in the lineup for Finland, did not play in game 1. A New York Islander draft pick out there now, and now he'll head to the bench on the line change. Bednash will block this in behind his own net. Around it comes. Urban will send it out to center ice, and it will get sent the rest of the way in by Sapovalov.
Head here.
4-point game for Ratu. 4-point game for Kemmel. And a 3-point game for Hirvonen. That top line for Finland doing some damage in game 1. This will get set out at center by Spacek. long wrist shot, and that gave Merolainen some difficulty. Bit of a knuckler from the far side, but Levi Merolainen stays with it, fights it off. Nurmi will play it back into his own end. Left in behind the net by Yoel Mata. And Yermo will skate it in. Yermo hits the line, takes it wide. Yermo, the big Vancouver draft pick. Yaravente trying to center it, never did get out to Simon Tybel. Yaravente on it again. Mata in after a loose puck. Mata will get pressured there by Stutz. Simon Tybel, he'll get pinned to the backboards. Tomas Hamara ties him up. Comes back at the line. Emil Vera will play it across. And this will get sent all the way back in around the behind the net by Putio. Putio waiting for it at the blue line. No passing lane to try and get it to him, though. And Yaravente will elect to dump this back deep into the Czechia zone. Putio winds it up from the line. Shot deflected in front. Mata trying to get a stick on that. And now grabbed off by Stutz. He'll drop it back and head to the bench on the line change.
Finland is patient. You know, they're going to continue to work a certain area of the ice and work the play. They're not going to force things. But then when it opens, Putio ends up with the puck right in the middle of the ice because of the discipline and the patience of Finland.
What was the old saying? Hospital hockey, a lot of patience. Scramble at the side of the net. That got turned away. Samuel Helenius trying to get it out of his own zone. No room up the middle. Rayan Niemi will start the attack. Up for Helenius, no room there, and Rayan Niemi will circle back into his own end. And he'll play give and go there with Iosalmi. To the blue line and in. Lambert finds a little bit of room, and Lambert goes high up top. That may have ticked off the crossbar. Nurmi back into his own end for Finland.
Well, you talked about hospital hockey, lots of patience. That was Ville Nieminen, a Finn.
Stick sent down, and this will be an icing call here against Czechia.
Well, Brad Lambert gets a glorious scoring chance. He comes up, head up, and he gets it right up and over the left shoulder, but needed about a quarter-inch lower. But that'd be Merolainen. He thinks he has the puck here. And it takes him a long time to realize he doesn't have the puck. And then again, it comes around here, and he's not sure where the puck is. It's right in front of him, and it's a really, really good play by Rajaniemi to tie up the Czech player, because he might have had a free whack at that.
Pass to the front of the net, ends up on the near corner. Hirvonen going after it, gets a second opportunity. And now Hirvonen, the captain of this Finland team, will just put this back into the Czechia zone. Comes up at center, Mahura will leave it there. And this will get flipped in by Koivunen. And Czechia will start a change. Brought right in by Kulich. Kulich got stopped at the line. And right back in, Kapanen and Kemmel. Kemmel on the near side trying to find his way in, could not. Kemmel with 2 goals, 2 assists, 4 points in the opener. Ratu 4 points in the opener, and along with Alex Blank, who had himself a game for Germany last night. Those are your scoring leaders in the early going of this World Junior Championship. Putio mishandled it, shot, score! Schmalash from a sharp angle gets this one through Merolainen, and Czechia has the opening goal.
I can tell you this, Dennis. 6 minutes and 36 seconds into this game, Levi Merolainen has not looked comfortable at all. We just showed a couple of previous plays where he didn't know where the puck is, and this is just a terrible goal. He's down, he looks like he's absolutely hoping the play occurs with Putio, but like, you're almost at the goal line. I mean, that is just an awful goal to give up, and Merolainen has not looked comfortable at all through 6:36 of the first period.
Boy, not a lot of room to squeeze that in, but it does squeeze in. And Czechia with the 1-0 lead.
I can tell you this, Dennis, there shouldn't be any room to squeeze it in. That's bad goaltending.
Up at center. What you're saying is he was expected to stop that.
I would say he better stop those shots.
Vera at the line lets this in. Off the corner boards and cleared out. So Czechia, after falling behind in game one. A 1-0 lead here, centering pass. This gets steered away. Battle for a loose puck in the corner. There's Martin Rashavi in there trying to dig it free. It does come loose. And a slap shot that never got to the net. Off the stick of Sapovalov. Sapovalov has been very good in the face-off department for Czechia. Comes into this game #1 in the World Junior Championship in face-offs, winning 7 of 8 in the opening game for an 87.5% success rate. A couple of Canadians right up there as well. Ridley Gregg, who had a beautiful goal in yesterday's win. He sits at 73.3%, winning 11 of 15, as does Mason McTavish, who won 11 of 15 in the game yesterday.
Yep.
As Canada starts off with a victory. Canada back in action later today. 4 o'clock local start against Slovakia.
We were talking about Sapovalov, the Vegas Golden Knights drafter, but he reminds me of somebody you're very familiar with. Maybe not the same edge, but the same style of game. Probably the slot third-line center, Adam Lowry. Big body, pushes his way into the areas. Really one of those players that no fun to play against.
Adam Lowry, a great world championship with Canada. Along with Pierre-Luc Dubois, a couple of Jets. To the blue line, but not out. And a wrist shot through some traffic by Czech. And that is stopped by Merolainen, and he will hang on to it. There's the game's opening tally. Czechia with a 1-0 lead on Finland here at the World Junior Championship on TSN.
USA Hockey is teaching more than just a game. We're teaching kids about
teamwork, confidence, fitness, fun.
Because every kid deserves a chance to play, love, and excel. Visit USAHockey.com to learn more about the great youth hockey opportunities available for your child. Because dreaming big is one thing, getting the right start is everything.
Well, Czechia gets on the board early here, and you know, Levi Merolainen, who's a really good goaltender, doesn't mean that you're not going to have moments where you struggle, and certainly on this goal here, it's not one that any goaltender wants to give up, but you know, we saw him, you know, having a little bit of uncertainty around his net, finding the puck. He doesn't find a save there, but you got to be able to put those ones behind you. Not the puck, that is. But the situation where the puck did find its way behind you and move on. We saw that with Jan Bednash in the first game versus Slovakia. A couple of goals that, you know, you're sitting there going, hey, you got to find it. But he found his game and played really well from that point on.
Jaroslav Malash, a New York Ranger draft pick, gets the opening marker and a 1-0 lead here for Czechia. Hirvonen in across the line. Hirvonen throws it rink wide. Slap shot by Kemmel. That's turned aside. Kemmel with some body contact after as well. Malash trying to cut in for another opportunity, and Putio, who had the puck briefly on his stick prior to that goal, will play it back in behind his own net for Yermo. And he'll wait for Finland to complete the line change. And now he'll play it up and he'll head to the bench to complete that change. Puck bounces around in the center ice area, and now we will get a stoppage in play. Lima Salmi playing it back in.
We talked about Roni Hirvonen at the outset, but he's patient. Now, some players might just take the puck and just throw it somewhere, but he holds it, pulls it back, and tries to set up a play on the attack. A lot of players, they don't have the same confidence or the same skills, want to just push the puck down the wall, get it deep. Hirvonen's looking to make a play. He's not going to try to take unnecessary risks, but it just speaks to how talented and patient he is.
Joel Mata, he'll get bumped and knocked down by Svozil. Uravente jams it back down low. Spacek is on the puck, and Spacek will play this up for Jakub Kos. And a penalty coming up on the play. And a power play coming up. This will be a slashing call. 1-0 Czechia.
Non-attorney spokesperson. This is a paid advertisement for legal services sponsored by Nightline Legal. Cases assigned on a random basis to participating law firms. Attention all women who have been diagnosed with ovarian cancer. If you or a loved one used talcum powder for routine feminine hygiene and later suffered from ovarian cancer, call right now. You may be entitled to financial compensation. The use of talc-based powders has been linked to ovarian cancer. Call right now.
Call 1-800-894-1263.
Roby Uravente, the Ottawa draft pick, maybe a little careless with the stick on the backtrack, and it is going to get him 2 minutes in the penalty box right there. A little whack across the hands and the top of the stick. And Czechia will go to the power play. Czechia 0 for 3 with the man advantage in game 1. Finland's penalty killing perfect so far. Or killing off 2 of 3 rather, 66.6%. And number 2 in the World Championship back in 2021 was Finland's penalty kill at 81.8%. Special teams for Finland very good back in 2021. And Czechia gets the chance with the man advantage. Big game. This is a big game for Czechia. We talked about it off the top. Jiricek shins it down low. That wrist shot, that went wide. Good opening night for Jiricek. Back it comes to the blue line. Gets steered aside and set up at center. And almost a turnover there at center that may have created a shorthanded situation for Finland, but this will get cleared away. Jiricek had 6 shots on goal in that win over Slovakia. His main player of the game for Czechia. Scramble, Marilainen down. This one does get jammed home. And Jan Mysak, the captain of Czechia, is going to try and convince the officials that this should count.
I mean, the puck is in Marilainen's pads, and they're whacking at it. The referee clearly blows the whistle, but it's not about when he blows it, it's the intent. And as the puck comes in here, Marilainen here, and you can see kicks back. It's through his legs.
Covered puck, covered puck.
Covered puck, you hear the officials talking about it, but Marilainen should be fortunate that the referee blew that whistle.
And the whistle did go. Puck may not have been totally covered, but the bottom line is the whistle had sounded.
But it's another sign of a little bit of shakiness with Marilainen.
Svozil stripped to the puck there, and Bison will play it back, and Niemela will slam this back down the ice. And Bednash will play it up. Ivan will send it back in behind his own net. And Czechia will regroup with 40 seconds left on the power play. Ivan carries in, drops it back. Ivan heading for the front of the net. And this gets knocked away from him. And that'll get cleared by Oliver Kapanen and up and out of play.
Well, Levi Marilainen just trying to find a sense of control with the pucks in and around his net area. And, you know, again, he thinks he has it here, but it's already slipped between his legs and ends up behind him. The referee blowing down the play and signaling an end to it. It was a stroke of good fortune for Levi Marilainen.
Shot score! A face-off win and a power play goal. As Kulich wires this one, and Czechia with a 2-0 lead.
Well, quickly off the face-off, and Yuri Kulich can shoot that puck and shoot it accurately. This comes right off, and quick face-off right onto the stick of Kulich. And Marinlinen's in position, but literally just blows it right past him.
Clean face-off win by Mishak. And a power play marker for Czechia. So now 1 for 4 as far as the championship is concerned with the man advantage for Czechia. And an all-important 2-0 lead. And Craig, you talked about the patience of Finland. And you wonder now, being down 2-0, we see some of that patience turn to a little bit more of an offensive attack, perhaps.
Well, the penalty too by Arventi, you know, I mean, it's a slash on the hands in the neutral zone, not a really smart penalty.
In across, Ratu will carry it in. Ratu sends it for Kemmel. Kemmel couldn't get a stick on it. Kemmel sends it back at the line. Viro had it get away from him. And Putio back for Kemmel, the Nashville pick.
That sounds like an oxymoron, smart penalty, but, you know, it's a penalty that just is unnecessary. It's in that spot on the ice, there's no upside there to taking that penalty, and it costs Finland.
This gets turned over inside the line. Post tried to clear it, rattle off the leg, and back into the Czechia zone it goes. And Svozil will chase it down. He'll take a bump there from Yeravente. And they wave off icing. And Niemela back into his own end for Finland. A 2-0 lead here for Czechia. Back out through center, Czechia in looking for more. Zapavello puts on the brakes, puts this down low, and Niemela will start back. Sends it on for Koivunen. He'll play it to the line, inside the line, but nothing more developing there. And Rafkin back into his own end for Viro. Emil Viro, the Detroit pick in 2020. And now he'll get chased back by Kulich. Kulich in on the forecheck, long left wing pass. Beyond the reach of Eetu Liukas. Another Islander pick who did not play in game 1 is in the lineup here for game 2. Centered out front, jam attempt there. Off the stick of Michael Gut. And that got turned aside. Gut in on the forecheck, in on Viro. Gets played to the blue line. Kept in by Czech. Cleared to the blue line. Final Salmi trying to get that out. Into the final 6 here of period number 1. And David Spacek, a Minnesota pick, plays in the Q in Sherbrooke. And icing gets waved off. Good hustle there by Ivan to negate the icing call. Yermo gets into a puck battle on the far side, along with Stutz. Puck is cleared up at center. Stutz, that game-winning goal with 1:50 left in the game to break the 4-4 tie. In the opening, there's a turnover. Radu and Bednash with a huge save here with 5 minutes to go in the opening period. Look at the power play marker. Starts with a face-off win and a 2-0 lead for Czechia here at the World Junior Championship.
If you or a loved one has mesothelioma or any other asbestos-related cancer, call now. Asbestos manufacturers sold deadly asbestos materials to thousands of companies, putting workers at risk. An estimated $30 billion in court-ordered trusts have been set aside to pay out claims to asbestos victims. You may be entitled to a portion of these funds and receive compensation without filing a lawsuit or ever going to court.
For your free legal consultation, call 800-543-0258. That's 800-543-0258. I'm a non-attorney spokesperson.
Good save by Bednash. on a turnover by his own defenseman, Svozil, with the drop pass. And you can see the eyes of Atu Ratu. And he'll take this right to the net, but Bednash there with the left pad.
Svozil is a good, smart player. I mean, he swings to his backhand, makes a blind pass right into the slot. You know, there's certain things you watch players long enough and young players can still surprise you with some of the mistakes they make.
Yeah, I'm not sure that a blind backhand pass to the front of your own net is something you learn at hockey school. But Bednash there to make the big stop to keep this a 2-0 game. Bounce back in off the boards. Sapovalov will play it back into his own end. Long lead pass misfires, but ends up on the doorstep of Marilainen. And we'll get a stoppage and play and a face-off in the Finland end of the ice. This is game 1 today. Slovakia and Canada game 2. Swiss and USA game 3 here in Edmonton today.
Czechia in their first game versus Slovakia had a slow first period. They really picked it up, and then after having the game tied by Slovakia on 2 power play goals late in the third, they quickly got back on track and scored the winner shortly thereafter. They've looked real sharp here in the first period against Finland.
This will be a very good test for them. There's a shot that ticks off a body in front, over top the net it goes, but a good wrist shot there from Sapovalov. And Niemela drops it off for Nurmi. Good test for them, not only to get the 2-0 lead, but to see now how they play with that 2-0 lead. Back in shot by Ratu, and that goes off a stick, and that deflects up and down a play. Coverage of the FedEx Cup playoffs begins Saturday. Newly crowned Open champion Cameron Smith will compete against #1 world-ranked Scotty Scheffler for the ultimate prize at the St. Jude Championship. Catch third-round action, 3 o'clock Eastern, noon Pacific, TSN and CTV2. Finland a bronze in 2021. Had a stretch there where they did not medal, but for the most part very consistent. They went from 2007 to 2013, a 7-year stretch without a medal. But go back to 1998 when they won gold at home in Helsinki and Hämeenlinna. They have picked up 10 medals since then, including 4 gold. Face off in the Czechia zone. Czech will pick it up. Sends it up at center. Across it goes. And Mishak will dump it in. 13 shots on goal in game 1 for Jan Mishak. And now we get the referee in behind the play, whistling play down, and a power play will happen for Finland, and a chance here with 3:46 to go in the opening period to get on the scoreboard.
So you talked about Czechia, you know, how they managed through the course of this game now with a 2-0 lead. I'll tell you what, an offensive zone penalty is not managing it very well. Against a Finnish team that hasn't looked real cohesive, hasn't looked real organized in their play, now they get on the power play.
So Michael Gut will go to the penalty box for what he is hoping will be the full 2 minutes. Kemmel will send it down and then gets it back. Comes back at the line, cross-ice pass and a slap shot. Yeravente scores. Roby Yeravente takes the one-time pass, and bang, very quickly, Finland is on the board with the power play goal.
14 seconds into the power play, and Yeravente, I mean, this is just a really good pass from the little catch here, and up at the top of the point. This comes right across, and Emil Sami puts a perfect spot for Yeravente, and there's no mistake about it. He puts it right back the other way, just over the pad. Quick shot. Bednash trying to get himself in that position, but perfectly placed just over the pad. And you breathe oxygen into a team that, you know, is not looking like they're got a lot of airflow going in their game, and now it's a 2-1 game just like that, Dennis.
Imo Selmy, the top defenseman at the U18 in Texas last summer, with a terrific feed across to Yaravente. So Yaravente, who was in the penalty box for the power play goal by Kulich, now gets a power play marker for Finland, and here with under 4 to go in period number 1, a huge goal to get Finland on the board.
Yeah. Yaravente, I mean, Imo Selmy, I mean, right into the wheelhouse. And it's just such a perfect play by Imo Selmy. Talk about loading up, moving right into that shot. Velocity, speed, accuracy, everything you need to score from that spot.
Yuri Tahacek plays this up at center. Mahura will send it in. Nurmi to the backboards, gets chased there by Tomas Urban. Juracek in from the right point. Back for Urban. Urban had it get away from him. Niemela tries to jam this up the left side boards, gets a second try at it.
The other thing that goal does for Finland, too, it takes some of the pressure off of Merelainen. You know, you're down 2-0. You've had your struggles in the first period. Now I can't let in another one. Well, you know, that kind of gives him a little bit of breathing room in terms of his play to find it, too. So you talked about Czechia, how they're going to play with that 2-0 lead. A lot of things that worked against them with that offensive zone penalty.
Rishavi sends this off the near side wall and back into the Finland zone. Putio's first on it. Putio's pass never got through, and a steal and a centering pass there, and a good chance for Mishak after Kos came up with the puck in the corner.
Well, here's another look at that goal. I mean, that's perfect. Brett Hall would be proud of that one. There's the bench, and right back into the game they come, Finland. We know how resilient Finland is. We know how well they deal with obstacles and adversity. And that's, again, when I use the term breathing oxygen into the opponent, you shouldn't be given any more oxygen than Finland needs.
They find a way to stay in a game, There's another face-off win by Mishak and another shot on goal.
On his last 2 shots, Merelainen's looked right on top of it. And remember, Kulich scored the second goal off a similar spot on the ice, but Merelainen looks like he's settled down nicely.
Michael Gut chases this down in the corner. Part of the 2021 team. This will get bounced out at center ice, and Spacek starts back for Czechia, gets it on for Mishak. Mishak plays it. Kulich turns, fires. That didn't miss by much on the short side. Mishak in on the forecheck. Mishak to the backboards with Hirvonen as the 2 captains come into a battle. Hirvonen trying to come up with the loose puck. Kulich in on the forecheck as well. And this will get set up for Ratu. Ratu on for Kemmel. Kemmel will send it the rest of the way in. And Bednash will stop it and leave it in behind his own net. Mishak will leave it there. Heads to the bench on the change with just over a minute to go in period number 1. Lead pass, and that misses. And this will be an icing call, as Ivan, who moments ago did negate an icing call, can't get there quick enough.
Well, Levi Merelainen, I mean, this puck kicks off the referee, and it's a real fortunate bounce for Czechia, but then moving right into that spot, you see Merelainen reading it perfectly, and then right after that on Kulich. That's the goaltending that Merelainen provides. And, you know, sometimes you just got to find a way to get into your rhythm. His last 2 saves are real good signs.
Lambert swings this one down low, comes off the sideboards. Chipped away by Ivan, and back out at center. And now into the final minute of period number 1, Samuel Helenius, son of Sammy, who was the Calgary draft pick. Played back to the right point, kept in by Niemela. Hellenius with that 6'6" frame. Controls it in the corner, gets it back at the line. Long wrist shot, that went wide. Nurmi is in from the left point. Nurmi gets it back for Hellenius. And Hellenius got stripped of the puck. Clearing attempt by Jiricek failed. Shot, right pad save. Lambert on the rebound. And a nice setup for Hellenius, who can't believe he missed that one.
What a great setup here. And Bednash has to be so sharp because he's looking over his right shoulder and the puck comes right back into the slot and he's got to pick it up quickly off the Koivunen shot and just a little turn, and that is just, you talk about a reset, reload, get out and close down the net. You see, that's just superb by Jan Bednash.
Was Koivunen who had that opportunity and looks skyward. Tied up in the face-off circle. Puck bounces free and grabbed off by Kulich. He'll fire high to the short side, and that gave Marilainen some trouble. So another good rush there by Jiri Kulich, the Buffalo pick. And the first period comes to an end with good saves at both ends of the ice. And 20 minutes done after falling behind. 2-0 Finland does get the late power play marker to get on the board. Lambert with the early opportunity. There's the reaction from the bench on the game's opening marker. There's the second one off the face-off. 2-1 Czechia, 20 minutes done.
In the way, 2-1. Hemlash, Kulich, the goal scorers for them. And then, of course, Team Finland responding with the power play goal of their own. Second period set to get underway here in Edmonton, Alberta. Let's get over to Dennis and Craig on the call.
Tesla Marilainen came in with the #1 save percentage in the early going of this tournament. Bit of a shaky first period, but he did bounce back.
Yeah, and the shakiness in his game was very evident. I mean, when you're a goaltender and you don't know where the puck is and you think you have the puck, never a good sign. I mean, it's a long time he thinks he has the puck and he doesn't. And again, the puck's laying there in front of him and not really reacting very well. And then Kalash makes that shot on the short side, obviously one he wants back. And then Kulich wires this one. And now this is the time of the game where you're wondering, okay, should he be out of the game? The coaches had a little discussion about it. You could see them talking. Is it the right time? Is it the wrong time? They decided not to take him out. And this is one off the forehead where, you know, he gets the glove up again later in the period. Another one off the face mask. He made some good saves after Finland made it a 2-1 game, but still trying to find that, what I would call that footing in the net. I'll have to watch how he starts here in the second period, but very capable goaltender. Sometimes it's not about just being a good goaltender. It's sometimes being a good goaltender when you don't have your best stuff.
And that shot by Jiri Kulich at the end would lead you to believe that he is a topic of conversation on the Czechia bench as they get 12 shots on goal in that opening period. And a 2-1 lead as we get set for period number 2 on day 3 of the summer edition of the World Junior Championship. We will be heading to Atlantic Canada, Moncton and Halifax. In December is a bit of an oddity. We'll have a couple of World Junior Championships within 6 months. Kulich carries in. Kulich. Niemela tries to trap him in behind the net. Niemela comes up with the loose puck, puts it off the boards. Tahachik will hustle back for Czechia. Tahachik sends it around, picked off there by Kemmel. And Kemmel's cross-ice attempt goes off Yeravente. Comes back at the line. Putio will play this around the boards. Back for Yeravente. Putio from the line lets the shot go wide. Some Western Hockey League experience for Putio in Swift Current and Everett. Back at the line, wrist shot through some traffic. That ticked off a body as Yermo let it go. Yermo has it again, goes cross ice. There's the wrister from Putio. That's blocked by Bednash. Jiricek trying to clear and does, and it's on for Mishak. Nishak to the red line and in, and that'll signal a line change.
Well, Finland starting off the second period. Looks like they've fully awakened from their pregame nap. You don't have a pregame nap before noon start, do you? They just call that night sleep.
You should, but you never know, I guess. Breakfast would probably be at 7, so you may get back up to your room by 7:30, 7:45 and jump back into the pit for a bit. And across the line, Malash lets the shot go. And that is grabbed and held by Marilainen.
Well, Bednash had to be real sharp here. You know, a little simple play gets redirected by Kulich, and Bednash has to react to that. You know, you're following it one way. Kamel, the shot there, and then again, right off of Kulich's stick and right back into Bednash's feet. And he's real sharp and staying right on top of that puck.
Zaplavalov wins another face-off, controls along the near side wall. Hamera from the line plays it deep. And now it's gathered in off the corner boards by Liukas. Gets turned over, though. And Marilainen forced to get down on the short side and make another stop. Hamera back into his own end. Väisänen tried to trap it, unable to do so. And all the way back for Rafkin. Ruben Rafkin, 1920 in the Ontario Hockey League with Windsor. Past 2 seasons back in Finland with Turku. Hamera plays it up the boards. Rafkin from the line sends it back down low. Hamera will try it again. And now it's banked off the boards and back into the Finland zone. And Ruben Rafkin will hustle back. Niemela will take the pass, swings it up on the right side, trying to find Ville Koivunen, and this will go for icing.
Finland with a lot more initiative in this period, but Marilainen again, the little play, good stick work there, blocking that pass, and then he finds it there. He knows exactly where the puck is. Real good sharpness by Marilainen. We saw it in the first period. He wasn't sure a couple of times where the puck was. Not the case on that sequence.
Nishak back in for the face-off, wins another one. That one against Ratu. Eetu Ratu on the loose puck, gets it on. Hirvonen on for Kemmel, and back through the middle for Ratu. Offside is called, and now Ratu and Mikhail Good get involved in the corner. Linesman will get in between and settle everything down.
You know, Ratu, right from his defensive zone, it's a great defensive play, and then now as he moves it, he is storming through the neutral zone, and Kamel is trying to time it. He's just off by about a half a second, a half a stride for Ratu, but starts that play defensively and then right through the middle. And then this is the exchange at the end. Ratu didn't like it.
Officials come in. We talked about this being an all-Canadian officiating crew. Stefan Hiff from Cambridge, Ontario. Kyle Kowalski here from Edmonton. Cody Husby out of Red Deer. And Brett Mackey out of Surrey. That's the crew working this game between Czechia and Finland. Svozil puts it off the boards to the blue line, does not get out. And Finland will control. Simon Tybel, sharp angle try, and that gets batted away by Bednash and up and out of play.
So on that last play where we showed where it was called offside, it actually wasn't offside. Kemmel makes the play inside the blue line, and at this point in time, clearly onside. Clearly onside. What a great pickup by our group in the truck. Just fantastic eyes on the game and being able to bring those replays and shots that we get.
Rink wide pass, Putio off the sideboards, lets the shot go, scores! Putio with the shot. Bednash is at the officials about goaltender interference. as Putio finds the short side to tie this game up at 2-2.
Putio just lofts his shot towards the net. It's a face-off win, and it comes across to Putio on the diagonal, but then he just kind of takes it off the boards and lofts it to the net. I mean, Bednash was talking to the referee after the whistle. Maybe they're thinking that he was interfered with, but not too close, but I don't see goaltender interference on that. Coach can challenge that, but doesn't appear that that's going to be the case. They're looking at the video. They're making a decision. Looks like they may be thinking that they want to challenge it. It seemed to me, Dennis, that there wasn't simultaneous play. Like, there's no question that Mata had a little contact with Bednash, but, you know, to me, he had every opportunity to reset.
Correct.
And they're going to review this. This is going to be challenged.
Team Czech is challenging for goaltender interference on the play.
So this is the gamble you take. You lose the challenge, and not only are you into a tie hockey game, but we'll have another look at it. There's the contact right there.
That, to me, that is not anywhere close to goaltender interference. Bednash has every opportunity to reset. Like I said, there might have been a little bit of contact. He gets pushed in here, but Mata's doing everything to make sure that he's not doing anything to impede Bednash. He comes here, there's a little push, the glove's up, comes across, and now you can see Bednash, and just referees are looking at that very closely, and certainly the screen of Mata created some challenges for Bednash, but I don't think there was goaltender interference. Now, he might have been, you know, one of the things watching Bednash with a stick is he's saying that the stick got interfered with on a skate by Mata as he was going through. Intently, the referees are looking at this play.
And I guess from a coaching standpoint, if your goaltender feels he was interfered with, sometimes you have to rely on his gut feeling. We'll take another look at it here.
So here it is here. So he says there, the stick. That's where he was talking about the stick. It looks like the outside of Mata's skate slides up against the stick. And Bednash he was tapping his stick when he was talking to the referee, and although I see it from that angle, Dennis, is not goaltender interference, but we're going to get a call here from the referees.
I think the point you made about having the opportunity to reset.
After video review, the call in the ice stands. We do have a good goal. Minor penalty to Team Czech.
So that's the gamble you take. You're now in a 2-2 tie, and you're going to be shorthanded.
Dennis, I keep thinking back to what you said when Czechia had a 2-0 lead. You know, we'll see how they play with that 2-0 lead. And, you know, it's a 2-2 game with a chance now for Finland to take the lead on the power play. And it's a Finnish team that has played with a lot of initiative forward in this 3 minutes and 39 seconds of the second period.
So the power play will start for Finland. Second power play of the hockey game, 1-for-1. Ratu will take that face-off at center, and Niemela will wind it up on the power play. Drops it back for Seaman Taival. He'll drop it back. Hirvonen. Ratu. Niemela back for Ratu. They play give and go. Shot from that far side. As Putio lets that one fly. Putio, who gets the tying goal. Now out working on the power play. On for Hirvonen. Hirvonen for Ratu. Got away from him, but Niemela will hold it in. And back for Ratu, the Islander pick. Ratu dumps it off. Hirvonen takes it to the net. Save made Bednash. kept in at the blue line, but only briefly. Jiricek will now get a glove, and he'll bat that one out to center ice. Ratu will bring it right back in. Puts on the brakes against Hacek. Niemela gets the return pass from Ratu. The shot never got through. Jiricek had his stick lifted before he could clear, as he got some problems there from Koivunen. Back for Ratu. Up top it goes. Iossalmi settles it down at the line. He'll go cross ice, slap shot by Kemmel. That went wide. Koivunen back for Kemmel. Kemmel looking back up top. Iossalmi gets it down, slap shot by Järventie, same spot he scored from in the opening period. Well, the other end of the ice, but there's a shot that goes off the crossbar. Iossalmi holds it in, lets the wrist shot go through traffic and wide. Kemmel, power play is over. One shot of the power play. Järventie to the front of the net, trying to find the stick of Koivunen.
This whole sequence began because David Jiricek didn't get the puck out of the zone. So the Finns were able to make a change, and the Czechs were left with a lot of tired players.
Brad Lambert went for a spill on the near side, and Merelainen forced to make a real good save off of Stutz. So some power play chances. There's the one that rings off the pipe.
If you or a loved one has mesothelioma or any other asbestos-related cancer, call now. Asbestos manufacturers sold deadly asbestos materials to thousands of companies, putting workers at risk. An estimated $30 billion in court-ordered trusts have been set aside to pay out claims to asbestos victims. You may be entitled to a portion of these funds and receive compensation without filing a lawsuit or ever going to court.
For your free legal consultation, call 800-543-0258. That's 800-543-0258. I'm a non-attorney spokesperson.
Coverage of the 2022 World Junior Championship Summer Edition continues tonight as Team Canada takes on Slovakia. Catch the action following this game here on TSN. Canada coming off yesterday's victory. Open things up in the second period, and will look to go to 2-0 with a win today. After today, Canada will get a couple of days off. They'll play this Czechia team on Saturday. Svozil will send this down low. Taken by Stutz. Puts it back in behind the net. After it is Benchik. Trying to work it free. Knocked off of his stick. Then a steal in front. And a shot attempt there by Malash. Never got to the net. Malash, who opened the scoring in this game. Svozil waits for it at the line, never does get to him. This will get jammed back down low by David Spacek. And now Finland will control, and it's on for Kemmel. 2 goals and 2 assists in the opener for Kemmel. Sends it in. Ratu off the far side, lets the wrister go. That went wide. And it caroms around at center ice. Niemela will deflect it in. After it goes Brad Lambert. Lambert trying to swing that out front. Short side backhand attempt there by Kapanen. Into the slot for Lambert. Had a power play goal in the opening game for Finland. Kapanen out there. Dad Kimmo, Uncle Sammy, cousin Kasperi. This will get banked off the boards and down the ice, and an icing call coming against Czechia.
You know, Ratu he's a big player that asserts himself. Defensively, he just pushes Ivan off the puck and, you know, getting himself into the right positions, and there's a good stick check on him, getting himself in the right position, and just superb. We saw earlier in this period, great defensively, comes all the way up the ice to get a scoring chance. Real good, strong, two-way centerman.
Ratty, one of 3 Islander draft picks in this game. Ryan Niemi and Liukas, the other 2. The other 2 didn't play in game 1. This will get sent around the boards by Koss, while Ratu is picking up 4 points in the opening game. Out through center and in across the line. Finland coming off the 6-1 win over Latvia. 2 in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third in that game. Fell behind 2-0 in this one. Kamara trying to dig that puck out of the pile. Czech is there for Czechia. Wrapped up with Nurmi. And now finally chipped off the boards, and Rishavi will send it in and give chase. Putio to the backboards. It's tied up. And Väisänen will get it up at center. Väisänen tried to slip that through, looking for Hellenius. And now back in for Mata. Joel Mata. Circles. Or Menchik, rather. Menchik trying to get that back down low, and this gets intercepted and sent all the way back. And Kahachik will give chase. Lays it on for Mishak off his stick, and a chance that Mishak got back to block it. Mishak on it again, spins it in behind his own net. And Jurček will play it up at center for Kulich. Kulich to the line and in. And close at the line, but they are going to say that Mishak got in ahead of the play on the right side.
Well, Jan Bednash is a big goaltender, and there's a shot that comes in on him, and jumping up to make sure that I don't know if he's jumping up to make the save or to avoid making the save in a delicate area of his body.
Acrobatic.
Yeah.
And got the job done.
Yeah.
Niemela in his own end. There's that slap pass on for Ratu. Deflects it in. Bednash will come up, snaps it off the glass, and back out to center ice it goes, and Niemela will play it across for Jurmo.
Well, Finland is really taking control of this game. It feels like Czechia is just chasing the puck around now.
Well, the 2 goals by Finland to draw this game even allows them to get back to their game. There's another chance and another save for Bednash. Niemela wires one from the line. Jurček trying to track that loose puck down in the corner. Jurček getting pressured, comes up with it. Jurček will spin this back in behind his own net. Jurček gets it back to Hachik on the far side, waiting for it. And Jurček allowed to snap it up on the near side and down. Ratu right back in. And Spacek on the loose puck. Spacek's pass picked off by Lambert. And Hirvonen trying to get off the ice quick enough, but couldn't get off the ice fast enough. So we'll take another look at the goal that ties things up 2-2. Putio from the shot. It was reviewed for goaltender interference. The goal stands, and we are all even. 2-2 here in the second period.
Tonight, the World Juniors are on.
All right, boys, this is it.
And we're bringing you a full day of live matchups, culminating with Team USA taking on the always tough Swiss team. Continues tonight, 6 Eastern, on NHL Network.
Let's show the world what it means to be a fan. The world's largest collection of fan gear. Fanatics, officially licensed everything.
When your team ends up being a little bit back on its heels, goaltender becomes even more critically important because it seems that the chances are more numerous and the quality is really high. Ratu is battling here. The puck ends up coming down low, and then Hirvonen makes a great pass to Kamel, and Bednash has to be so sharp on that. And Hirvonen can thread the needle. Like, I mean, he understands what his spacing is, and then he understands exactly when he has to deliver that puck. And not only does he deliver it at the right time, he delivers it perfectly to Kamel. Bednash with a terrific save.
Lambert and Yvonne standing on the near side off that faceoff. We talk about Brad Lambert being the top forward in the Euro Festival back in 2019. Yvonne was part of the Czechia team there. There was a Finland bronze medal. It was a Czechia gold medal. There's a number of players in this game for both sides who were part of that festival back in 2019. Svozil. He'll send this in. Comes off the backboard. Centering pass. This gets kept in at the blue line by Czech. Czechia now with some offensive zone time. Amara walks in. That shot never got through. And picked up and cleared out through center. Finland will start a line change as Emil Viro gets that back into the Czechia zone. Yaravente gets it back to the blue line. Kateri Nurmi had to get away from him. Niemela plays it on to the line and across. Simon Tybel ran out of room. And Niemela will try it again. Nurmi with the long pass on for Mata. Mata giving chase along with Chuck. And this will get chipped out to center. Mahura going after it. Comes around the boards. And Mata and Mahura go shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah,
and Mata wins that one. And back in for Yoel Mata. He'll drop it back, trying to get that back for Simon Tybel. And it's deflected back where Pudio will retreat. Pudio will leave it there, and Joni Jurmo will lead the attack on for Ratu. Back for Jurmo at the line. He'll go across ice. Pudio plays it back down low. Joni Hirvonen going in after it, trying to center that. Jurček is there to break it up. Jurček's pass, that comes off a body. And now good hustle to the near side by Koch to make sure it gets out of his own zone. Koch in on the forecheck, slipped away from him. Hirvonen. Ratu heads to the front of the net. Comes back at the line. Rafkin will take this all the way in behind. Plays it back at the line again. Andrew Ratu heads for the front of the net. Screen shot. That's blocked by Bednash.
That's a skilled play by Joachim Kamel because there's lots of legs in front of him, and he gets a really good, accurate shot on Bednash, and a good save by Bednash.
Shots now 18-16 favoring Finland, as Finland the better team here in the second period. Puck battle continues to the right of Merolainen. Comes around the boards. Haimasalmi will gather it in, sends it back. Rafkin up the middle. Samuel Helenius couldn't get anywhere. It does get chipped in deep. And Svozil back for it. On it goes for Jan Mysak. Bouncing puck up at center. And Merolainen will take no chances with that bouncing puck. Get that into his mitt and will hang on to it. There has been some physicality. Some good hits on both sides here. Liukas with the bump there. And here's the shoulder to shoulder we talked about.
Non-attorney spokesperson. This is a paid advertisement for legal services sponsored by Nightline Legal. Cases assigned on a random basis to participating law firms. Attention all women who have been diagnosed with ovarian cancer. If you or a loved one used talcum powder for routine feminine hygiene and later suffered from ovarian cancer, call right now. You may be entitled to financial compensation. The use of talc-based powders has been linked to ovarian cancer. Call right now.
Call 1-800-894-1263.
Joachim Kamel, who's a very gifted and talented winger drafted by Nashville, but you know, we saw in the first game his ability to take advantage of a good break, but you give him chances and he is going to finish. He's so good at arriving at the right spots, and even the plays where he doesn't score, he makes it challenging for a goaltender. This is a really good play coming up high, and he takes the puck, settles down, and he's got to get it through the legs, through traffic in front, and good goal scorers are able to only see the prize at the end of the sequence. They're not guys that aren't such goals. They find the legs, they find the skates, they find the sticks. Kemmel, because of his skill, he's able to finish in a big way.
They do find a way to get the puck to the net. And across, Finland back in on the attack. We talk about his 4 points in game 1 and a little more extracurricular activity going on in front of the Czechia net. Joachim Kemmel, a Nashville draft pick. 4 points in game 1. The point here now has the lead in the scoring race at the World Junior Championship. Alexander Blank, a hat trick in the game last night for Germany. Ronnie Hirvonen right there, Jan Mysak, and of course Ratu coming off the 4-point game in game 1 as well. Line mate of Kemmel with Hirvonen in the middle. Yermo gets this on Yeravente shot. That never got through. Yermo has it again. Yermo wires that one through some traffic. That goes wide. Mahura trying to get a handle on it. Mata plays it back to Putio, but it slipped away from him. And it makes its way out to center ice.
Joni Jurmo, who was drafted by the Vancouver Canucks, has always been a really good skating defenseman. A lot of confidence with the puck. But like young defensemen, learning how to manage your game in different areas, understanding what the rewards are depending on the risk you take is really important. But Joni Jurmo has really progressed in his game. Good defensively, he still's got that excellent skating ability to jump into the attack, confident with the puck. But you're really seeing a progression in his overall game. Has to be incredibly encouraging for a Vancouver Canucks organization who need to add some defensemen. They got some really terrific offensive players up front and a great goaltender in Demko, and obviously Quinn Hughes is such a great defenseman. Adding some more defensemen that can really round it out is so important to success, and Joni Jurmo right on track.
Plays in Ukraine, plays in Liga, so back at the blue line, this will get kept in. Iamasalmi swings it all the way around the boards. Czech is there for Czechia. Mysak is on it, on for Kulich. Kulich trying to find a bit of a lane through the defense court, could not. Good, trying to work that out front, does. Comes back for Hamera at the line, plays it back down deep. Emil Vera will get this out on the left side boards, and then Ronnie Hirvonen will get it the rest of the way down into the Czechia zone. Nice little stutter step there by Hamera. And Tomas Hamera, an Ottawa draft pick, will carry it in. Lets the wrist shot go. That got blocked. As Niemela got in front of it, felt that, and he'll head to the bench in some discomfort. Ratu will swing that to the front of the net. Comes off the corner boards, grabbed off by Czech, and he'll get to the red line and send it in, but play is going to get whistled down, and we'll have a face-off at center as there was on the line change. Someone jumped the gun.
A lot of teamwork here. You know, you see the stick just snap in Ronnie Hirvonen's hands, but the teamwork, there's the stick from the trainer getting it ready. Here you go, Ronnie, get back into the play and get going. Teamwork all around.
Spozil back for spot check. Shabby will deflect this in. Putio ties his man up in behind the net, comes up the boards. Sent back in behind the net, Coast going in after it. Jakub Coast, a Florida draft pick in 2021. Menchik gets wrapped up there with Nurmi. It's jammed in behind the Finland net. Putio now on it. And he'll get pressured by Coast. Gets some help from Nurmi, does Putio. And it's on at center, Väisänen. Väisänen trying to take it in. Kalle Väisänen gets tied up along the boards. Another New York Ranger pick in this game. Strutz will get this out through center ice. Strutz gets tied up. Puck does come free and sent right back in by Koivunen. Svozil will put this off the far side boards and back into the Finland zone. I'm a Salmi trying to clear that, and this will go for an icing call. The ultimate race around the country is back. Get into an all-new Amazing Race Canada, Tuesday, 9 o'clock, 8 Central, only on CTV. Set your PVR. 2:26 left to go, second period. Canada and Slovakia, the next game here. Gord Miller, Mike Johnson will have that call for you. That'll be followed by Switzerland and Team USA. Couple of games tomorrow: Austria, Sweden, Slovakia, Latvia. And look at Brad Lambert, the Winnipeg Jets' first-round draft pick. Dad is Ross, Uncle Lane. 82-83, those two played with the Saskatoon Blades. Lane had 119 points. Ross had 106. And neither one won the team scoring championship. A young man by the name of Roger Kortko had 161 points, including 99 assists and 62 goals.
I'm going to guess you were calling a lot of those points in games, and Roger was a New York Islanders prospect. You know, Brad Lambert, the pick that they used to select Brad Lambert in the 2023 draft was a result of the Andrew Kopp trade to the New York Rangers. Nice save there by Merrilainen.
Slap down the ice, another icing call.
And the condition is that the New York Rangers had to get to the conference final. So once they did, that's one of those trades where if we get the upside, we're willing to give you a little bit more. Kevin Cheveldayoff from the Winnipeg Jets now have Brad Lambert in the mix, and excellent skating.
See where he falls in for next year, whether it's the Manitoba Moose, as Western Hockey League rights have been moved from Saskatoon to Seattle.
I guess the one thing, he's played pro in the SM League. You're always trying to get his offensive confidence up, but one of the things about the Seattle Thunderbirds, it's a really good team. It's a young team. It's a team that lost in the Western Hockey League Championship to the Edmonton Oil Kings this year, and they returned a lot of really good players, and a team that has every right to believe that they have Memorial Cup chances. That's how good they are. So, you put a player like Brad Lambert, try to build up some of the offense, it might be a positive in that regard.
Inside the line for Kemmel. He'll chip this in behind the Czechia net. Svozil is after it. Svozil gets some help there from Mishak. And back for Svozil as we're into the final minute of the second period here in a 2-2 tie. Mishak drops it back into his own zone, cleared up at center. Check on for Mishak. A Memorial Cup appearance for Jan Mishak. Losing in the final to the host team, St. John, the Sea Dogs.
Oliver Kapanen, you want to see some tenacity. Watch this face-off. Down on it, eyes on it, plays it one time with the stick, doesn't touch it with the glove, and finds a way to win it for his team. And Yoni Yermo can wheel around. And we see, the face-offs. One of the things about face-offs, we can say they're important or not important, right? But my belief is starting with the puck is better than not starting with it. And Oliver Kapanen really showing a real determination to get that puck in favor of his team.
Pass through center, Simon-Tyvel going after it, stopped inside the line. Putio back at center. Putio's pass, Ivan breaks that up, and then Putio gets it back and chips it off the boards out of harm's way and back out to neutral ice. Czech will send this back in. Marilainen couldn't trap it, but it does get cleared. And the second period will come to an end. So 19-18, the shots in favor of Czechia. And Czechia saw a 2-0 lead disappear. Finland coming back to tie this game up 2-2, but we have what should be a very good third period coming up, as these two teams will try to go to 2-0, both coming off opening game victories. 2-2 after 2.
Here to play. We got 30 minutes left in regulation for these two teams to figure it out. Let's get over to Dennis and Craig, who are on the call.
Tessa will see in this third period who's going to be the game hero for one of these teams from a Finland standpoint. Guy you talked about in that period, Aatu Räty, is their ice time leader after 40 minutes.
Yeah, and if you're doing TSN Edge, he'd be a good bet to be a difference maker in this game and to the outcome. But he's just such a strong two-way player. I mean, he's so good in and around the net. He's good offensively. Gets denied here by Bednash, but he's a complete two-way player. I mean, he cuts that puck underneath and then right up into the play, and this play was called offside, but we showed that it wasn't. But, you know, the other thing about Aatu Räty is he's hard. He's a hard, competitive player. He might not be that physically hard player, but he's a hard player to play against because he's got the skill, he's got the brains, and he's got a real determination about him with respect to making a difference in all the areas of the game over every square inch of ice.
14 minutes and 21 seconds of ice time after 2 periods for Räty. Topi Niemela, 14 minutes and 8 seconds of ice time for Finland. And from a Czechia standpoint, the defense pair of David Jiricek and Jiri Tahacek, 14.5 for Jiricek and just under 14.5 for Tahacek. And then the other defense pair as well, David Spacek is 14.39, and Stanislav Svozil is over 14 minutes as well after 2 periods. So a 2-2 tie as Kulich drives it to the net early here in period number 3. Bounced up at center, and this will get sent back in by Jiricek. Marilainen will trap it, snapped around the boards. Jiricek will hold it in. That ticks off a body in front and wide. Lambert back the other way for Finland. Tahacek hustling back into his own end. Sends it on for Mishak. Mishak back for Tahacek. Marilainen handles that on the short side. Tahacek stays on it. Trying to get that back to the blue line, but Hirvonen is there to break it up and play it out to center. Comes right back into the Finland zone. Yermo sends it on for Mata. Joel Mata to the corner along with Spacek. Spacek rides him out. Mata will get this back at the line. Viro's shot, that got blocked as Flash got in front of it. Finland holding it in though. Back at the line, wrist shot, that went wide. Big rebound off the backboards on that shot from Haimo Salmi. Centering pass, Matt is in front waiting for it, never got to him. And now chipped off the boards and out the center, and Emil Viro will put it right back in. Player changes now for both teams here as we near 2 minutes into period number 3 and a 2-2 tie. This gets broken up at center. Liukas plays it back to the Czechia line no further. Nurmi is back for it. And Nurmi will start the attack with a nice pass up the middle. Salmi trying to get a stick on it, unable to do so. Rather Kapanen on that far side, number 27. Comes loose, Mahura will send this back in behind the net. Kapanen back in behind his own goal. Niemela came in front of the net, and Mahura on that centering pass from Sapavella just couldn't finish the play.
Yeah, you talk about being in a prime scoring position. Mahura's right there, and the puck just kind of skips off his stick. Never even gets a shot on net.
Tahacek will start it back up at center. That gets intercepted Leistinen will play it back into his own end. Yermo takes the return pass. Yermo works at the center, off the leg, no further. And Jiricek is back for it. Jiricek with the long pass, that misses. And an icing call coming up against Czechia.
This is a nice play by Shapovalov, and he finds Mihura in a great spot. He kind of spins around on the backhand, and then real good play by Mihura, getting himself open. Nurmi's making the move, but you can just see he's not able to take that pass cleanly, but what looked dangerous became harmless.
Another icing call coming up, and that'll bring the face-off all the way back one more time.
Such a good right shot defense here for Finland. You know, we've talked about Topi Niemela, Kasper Putia, and certainly when you look at Alexei Heimel-Salmi, just really controlled play from that part of the ice on the blue line. And how much do we talk about the importance of right shot defensemen?
This gets snapped back in behind the net. Kept in at the line. Heimel-Salmi trying to get that to the net. Does. That got turned aside. Kemmel after it. Hirvonen down low to help out. Comes up with it. Jiricek pressures him. Centering attempt intercepted clear. Kept in at the blue line. Put back down low by Heimel-Salmi. And now it's cleared up at center ice. And here comes Jiricek. David Jiricek will hit the line. Drops it back. Slap shot from Koss goes off the leg and wide. Centering pass makes it by way back to the near side where Spacek will try and get that in on net. Emil Hero gets pressured by Kulich. Kulich forces a turnover. Spacek in. And that shot didn't miss by much as he was looking low blocker. Comes up at center. Kemmel will send it the rest of the way into the Czechia zone. Garavente got triple teamed in the corner, manages to break free and play it back at the line. Shot there by Rafkin, never got through. Simon Tybel to the side of the net, trying to work that loose. And finally grabbed off by Jan Mysak. The Montreal draft pick will chip this back into the Finland zone, race for it, but it does get across the line for icing.
David Spacek had a pretty good chance right into the slot area. A little bit of misplay by Finland, and Spacek steps right in here, and it goes under the left knee and down off of Heimel-Salmi. And Heimel-Salmi with another play here, a little play to Hirvonen, and he tries to kick it back to Ratu, and nice play by Bednash to deny that. So we're seeing some play in and around the respective teams' nets.
Put out the center eye or the blue line no further. This will get kept in. Bounces out at center ice. We'll get another stoppage in play. We mentioned Jan Mysak with 13 shots on goal in game one for Czechia in the win over Slovakia. Still looking
Team
for
Finland,
his first
number 33, 2-minute minor, hooking.
Shot on goal in this one, and Brad Lambert will go to the penalty box. And a power play coming up for Czechia.
In that area of the ice, just, you know, at times you just gotta, you know, if you're on the wrong side of things, just let the play go on to the next player. You're not in any danger of being scored on. You're not in any peril. So just let it go and carry on. And taking a penalty there is just one of those things that becomes a real self-inflicted wound.
Slap shot never got through and got blocked. Ouch. Emil Viro felt that one. 1-for-1 is Czechia on the power play in this game.
Well, not only that, so now you got a penalty kill. Now you're going to have players committed to blocking shots. Emil Viro, really good player, and he's coming right out here, and gets him right on the backside. But that's another problem when you take penalties in the wrong area of the ice that are unnecessary. You also put your teammates in danger in different ways as they got to go on the penalty kill.
So Emil Viro in very much discomfort at the bench, getting some attention, and for now stays on the Finland bench as the power play gets going for Czechia. Spacek plays it through Ivan. Will send it around the boards. Gets deflected back at the line by Stutz. Niemela slings it around the board. Spacek is there to block it. Ivan back for Spacek. Spacek will send it back to the blue line. Svozil back for Spacek. Wires one wide short side. And it comes all the way around the boards and back down the ice. Jiricek, his cross-ice pass, and that gets intercepted as Kapanen got a stick on that to deflect it away. And Mishak will park in behind his own net. Mishak will leave it. He'll take the drop from Gut. Sends it on for Jiricek, and Jiricek will play it around the boards. Kapanen first on it, couldn't do anything with it. Comes back for David Jiricek, looking for a shooting lane. Jiricek, nothing there against Mata. Now he tries to get that to the net. Mishak, the rebound, comes loose for Gut, and a chance for Coolidge, and that never got to the net. Right back on the line change for Finland, so Coolidge has some room. Drops for Jiricek, and he wires the wrister over top the net. And here comes Radu. And he tries the lead pass, and that never got anywhere as it was intercepted. Good hustle to get back by Coolidge. Eetu Ratu has it again. No shots on that power play. A couple of real good looks. Bourbon plays this in behind the net. It's centered out front. Sapovalov couldn't get a stick on it. Mahura has it. Back for Sapovalov. Sapovalov takes the bump on the play, stays with it. Kutio down low to help out. Ratu there as well. Check at the line. Plays it back from where it came in behind the net. And Mahura tried to center it. This will make its way all the way down the ice. Rafkin back for it. Seaman Tybel. Near side for Roby Urvente. Tried to drive it to the net. Could not. Knocked off his stick. Nada gets hauled down in the corner. And both officials throw the arm up. And a power play coming up for Finland. We talked about the Czechia opportunity that never got to the net. It is Kutio that gets in front to block that shot with lots of open net.
Non-attorney spokesperson. This is a paid advertisement for legal services sponsored by Nightline Legal. Cases assigned on a random basis to participating law firms. Attention all women who have been diagnosed with ovarian cancer. If you or a loved one used talcum powder for routine feminine hygiene and later suffered from ovarian cancer, call right now. You may be entitled to financial compensation. The use of talc-based powders has been linked to ovarian cancer. Call right now.
Call 1-800-894-1263.
Well, now Finland is going to get a chance on the power play after just killing a penalty of their own, but there's the hook right in on the arms of Mata. Finland's had some good looks on the power play, and you know, here's some real good defense. There's Miri not allowing Jiricek to get a clear look at the net, and you know, you talk about commitment to getting in the shot lanes, and then here's Kulich with an excellent opportunity, and that's a right leg save by Kasper Kutio. Kulich does such a nice job of taking that puck on his backhand and getting it to his forehand and in one motion shooting it. So Kutio being right on top of it, really significant in terms of denying that shot by Kulich.
Kulich has been impressive. So Finland back to the power play. A power play that has been very effective in the early going. 1 for 2 in this game. Came into the game 2 for 2 in game 1. Kemmel lets the shot go looking short side. That misses. And a power play back in 2021 that was second best in the World Junior Championship. Kemmel had that pass intercepted, came off a skate and cleared.
Well, it's interesting. We saw 3 different plays from Kemmel. He tried to pass the puck through the seam. It was denied. He goes short side high, misses the net.
Here's Kulich in shorthanded. That may have ticked off the left shoulder of Marilainen.
And then again, because he, a little bit indecisive, now he tries to feather the pass through and it gets blocked. So Kemmel, who's a really good player with the puck, just sometimes trying to force some things.
Has it again, plays it back at the line. Amosami lets the shot go. Puck is loose. Bednash, the netfinder, finds it. And play will come to a halt.
Here's a little sequence, and Amosami, Bednash all over that one really nicely, and then there's a turnover, and you can see where Kosh ends up getting a shot over the net. A couple of different opportunities.
Face-off win for Finland. Ratu in front of the net, scramble. Putio jumps in from the point to try and get a whack at a loose puck. And Bednash with another stop.
First of all, Finland wins the face-off, but I love this approach. Ratu tries to pull it off the goal line to the front of the net, but Putio's coming in behind, trying to see if he can not only get the pass, but maybe get a loose puck in there. He just misses it, and it kicks back into the crease, and Bednash covers it up. But getting Putio down there to be another option on the loose puck is something that could be taken full advantage of.
Svozil off the face-off to the blue line, but not out. 33 seconds left in the penalty. And another stoppage of play, and another face-off coming up in the Czechia zone. In a 2-2 tie. Take a look at the Czechia bench. Trying to start this event 2-0 after the 2-0 win. Come from behind, 2-0 win over Slovakia. They were down 2, they were up 2. Yemla from the line lets the shot go. And this will get whistled down, knocked down with a high stick.
Ronnie Hirvonen, who's a real magician with that puck. Certainly when you give him a little more space, not that he needs it, but you give him a little more space, a little more room to size up opportunities, he becomes ever more dangerous.
Look there, Coach Antti Pennanen comes back at the line. Yemo lets the shot go. That got blocked. Another blast from the line. That ticks off a leg and goes wide. Strutz out of the box. 2 shots on that power play. Czechia back to full strength, scores. Aatu Rata gets the rebound, and Ratu finds the back of the net. It came after the penalty had expired, and Finland has the lead.
Niemela makes a great play at the blue line because he knows he's under duress, but he hammers it down the wall, but it's high. And then Hirvonen has to take this puck high on the glass here up top, corrals it, and what a pass to Aatu Ratu. Ratu realizes, I got an opportunity here, comes right in. There's Niemela. He knows he's got to get it back deep, and the puck kicks up high. Hirvonen corrals it, gets it down, a little backhand. Perfect pass, and it's 3-2. As we talked about the TSN edge, who would we bet on? That guy right there.
He's had himself a good hockey game. Had himself a good couple of hockey games so far at this World Championship. Liukas will bounce this in, and Bednash will make the save, and he will hang on to it. So a 3-2 lead here for Finland. Another look at it. Second of the tournament for Ratu. So 9:25 left to go here in the second period. Finland coming back from a 2-0 deficit with a 1-goal lead.
If you or a loved one has mesothelioma or any other asbestos-related cancer, call now. Asbestos manufacturers sold deadly asbestos materials to thousands of companies, putting workers at risk. An estimated $30 billion in court-ordered trusts have been set aside to pay out claims to asbestos victims. You may be entitled to a portion of these funds and receive compensation without filing a lawsuit or ever going to court.
For your free legal consultation, call 800-543-0258. That's 800-543-0258. I'm a non-attorney spokesperson.
Well, we heard after the second period in Julia Teixeira's interview with Oliver Kapanen, you know, we might start slow, but we know how to find our footing and get back into a game. Well, that's exactly what's happened here with Finland again. Hervinen and Ratu right in the middle of things. Niemela. I mean, you talk about big-time opportunities being taken advantage of by big-time players. There it is right there. Ratu, who's had a couple of good chances before finishing on that one, and the ability to read off of Hervinen, knowing that, like, hey, I'm going there, there's a good chance I'm going to get the puck, and Hervinen delivers literally and figuratively.
Top of the show, you talked about Hervinen being the straw that stirs the drink for this Finland squad. You look for your big players to make big plays at key times, and right now that was a huge goal for Finland to give them a first lead of the hockey game here with just over 9 to go in the third period. So Czechia has its work cut out for it. And a shot from the line comes off a body in front. The Merelainen will smother it.
And we go back to earlier in the game, and we saw where Levi Merelainen, you know, wasn't as sharp as we've seen him and that he's capable of. And even down 2-0, there was some uncertainty, maybe not uncertainty, but some questioning on the bench amongst the coaches. You know, should we consider it? They didn't. Merelainen has certainly really been solid in his play, and as Oliver Kapanen told Julia Teixeira in the second intermission, we just got to get back. We're not worried about if we start a little slow. We know what we got to do to get back going in the right direction. And the right direction is exactly what's happened here for Finland.
He has stopped the last 14 shots that he has faced, that being Merelainen. Good stick lift there, is trying to get that shot through was Hervinen. Third back into the Finland zone. Waiting for it is Hervinen. Gets away from him, but slips all the way down back into the Czechia zone. And this is going to be an icing call, as it just does get across the icing line.
Always amazing when I watch those types of icings, Dennis. There's like a direct relationship how a player can slow down to the same degree that the puck is slowing down to ensure that there's an icing.
Yeah. What was the old saying? You could have timed him with a calendar. Off the boards it comes, and Ratu, who has the go-ahead goal here, plays this out to center ice. And David Jiricek, and he gets knocked down in behind the play. That brought a reaction from the Czechia bench. And Merelainen will hang on to that one on the short side. We'll get another stoppage of play.
Wow. Ratu and David Jiricek are both big players, and Jiricek coming through the middle here, and there's the play there. And Jiricek, who's coming off of a knee injury at this World Junior Tournament back in December, and you can see the Czechia bench questioning the legitimacy of that non-call.
Andrei Pavlik, former netminder with the Winnipeg Jets, giving it the head shake there. Short side tries. Lambert drives that one to the net. Save made by Bednash. Niemela plays it all the way around. It comes back to the blue line for Ruben Rafkin. Tried to send that back down low, but it never did get to Liukas. And now Czechia will clear up at center, and Rafkin will put this right back in. Jiricek, we will see plenty of ice time here in the final 7.5. Columbus draft pick number 6 overall. Kulich with the shot, save, rebound. Oh, what a stop. Marilyn, rebound, scores! Jan Mysak gets it to go after Marilyn and makes a couple of big stops. And with 7:22 to go, Czechia has knotted this game up.
Jan Mysak, who had 13 shots on goal in their first game versus Slovakia, hasn't had any shots in this game up to this point, and a good save here back. He leaves the rebound laying around a little bit. He makes a great save on the second one, but Mysak following it up perfectly, banks it in off the left pad in behind Marilyn, and you can see where he kicks it right in there, and it's a 3-3 game. And Cheryl Pounder was talking about Jan Mysak in the outset about being an emotional barometer for this Czechia team, and he certainly is that, the capability to find a way to make contributions in so many different areas.
This gets played up at center ice. Mysak went to the dressing room. We'll keep an eye as to whether or not he comes back. Bednash makes the save and hangs on to it.
You know, during the OHL final, well, here's Mysak going to the bench here. Not sure what could be ailing him, but during the OHL final where his Hamilton Bulldogs team, his teammate Ryan Winterton scored a goal and ended up trying to hit the glass after in a celebration and ended up hurting his shoulder. Ryan Winterton had to miss a game because of that, and it was post-goal celebration. I didn't see anything untoward towards.
You always wonder how there's not more injuries when players get piled on after a big win. There's Jan Mysak just coming back to the bench now, the captain of the Czechia team, who has this game all knotted up. And another penalty coming to Czechia as Atu Ratu gets dumped going in. Amos Salmi lets the shot go, comes off a leg. And with 6:37 to go, Finland, that scored 6 seconds after the last power play expired. Finland will go back to the power play as Mahura will go to the box for
Number
tripping.
11, Team Czechia, 2 minutes tripping.
And Atu Ratu, you know, jumping into that middle of the ice, attacking inside the dots, attacking at defenders, signaling to the opponent, I'm going to make myself dangerous. What are you going to do to stop me? He draws the penalty, an opportunity for Finland on the power play.
He's a big man and hard to handle. Finland 1 for 3 with 4 power play shots. And sometimes it's not a matter of how many power play goals you get in a game, but when you get them. And what a chance here for Finland. Shot. Bednash makes the save. Koivunen trying to work the loose puck. 3 does. Comes back at the line. Kamel sends it on for Amos Salmi. Back for Kamel. He'll play it rink wide. Garavente trying to get that to the front of the net, turned away. And now Jiricek on the loose puck, and he'll rip it off the near side boards down the ice.
That's exactly what Jiricek did too, was rip it.
Kamel clears it back in. Svozil gets it back, and again, sent around the boards, this time by Spacek, and down the ice. Amos Salmi will get it back here from Ruutu. And the power play gets going. Ratu for Simon Tybel, stopped inside the line. Niemela gets it back from Hirvonen. The pass up the middle failed to materialize. And a good job on the penalty kill so far for Czechia. There's the drop. And here comes Ratu. Trying to get that back in behind the net. Intercepted by Czech. Gets a little bit of help. Shavi trying to clear, can't, but Pudio will hold it in, gets it back. Niemela dishes it off. Back it comes. Niemela wires one from the line wide. Pudio! And a left pad save made. Simon Taivo plays it back, and it gets away from Niemela. 2 shots on that power play.
Dennis, here we are, 4:30 left in the third period. It's 3-3. Shots are 26-26. Kind of what we expected coming into this match between Finland and Czechia.
4 minutes and a little bit. Time for some late game heroics. Who will it come from? Amos Salmi on for Väisänen. Väisänen to the line, chips it in. Juracek, Väisänen in after him. They pour into the backboards. Finland winning the puck battle. Jurmo back at the line. Takes a look, sends it back for Ratu. Ratu circles. Finland starting a change. Ratu. Väisänen heads to the bench. Pudio from the line, wired it wide. And Gahacek has it for Czechia. On for Juracek, and he'll send it up the center, knocked down by the high stick of Pudio. And as soon as Kamel touches this, play will get whistled down. So a 3-3 tie as the captain, Jan Mysak, banks this one in. And an even game with 3.5 to go here in the third period on TSN.
Show the world what it means to be a fan at Fanatics.com. The world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear from all the leagues, teams, and players you love. Shop now and get today's special offer. Fanatics.com. Officially licensed everything.
Bring a little magic into your living room with the Harry Potter Bark Box. Make new friends, learn new tricks, play new games, and more. Order the spellbinding Harry Potter Bark Box now. Then get a new collection of toys and treats every month.
CFL on TSN continues tonight as Trevor Harris and the Alouettes take on Zach Collaros and the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Action begins 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 Pacific, only on TSN. See if the Bombers can remain perfect in this CFL season. Catches check the coaches looking at their notes. We've talked a lot about Winnipeg today, whether it be the Winnipeg Jets. And it has been a terrific run for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. City excited, and why not?
What a good team they are. And they've shown they can win in many different ways.
They find ways to win. Stick with the game plan. And Jurmo winds up. There's a shot, rebound. Oh, that just got cleared in the nick of time. Bounces back out at center. Pudio. Oh, Pudio gets a hard hit there from Malash. On-man rush. Spacek joining. Cross-ice pass. And a real good defensive play there by Jurmo to break that up. Back out at center. And Czechia on the regroup as it gets dropped back there by Sapovalov. At center, dumped in by Hamara. Rafkin tried to chip it up the boards. Niemela there to help out. Niemela will send this off the boards. Both these teams winning game 1. Back down it goes, centering pass. And Kapanen couldn't handle it in the high slot. This gets snapped in. Bednash will trap it.
I'll say this, Dennis. It's August the 11th, but these players are in mid-season competitive form.
as they battle here in the early going of the World Junior Championship. Tied up in the corner. Xavi sends it around, and this will get cleared. Now a race for it. And this will get across the icing line. There's the time left, 1:37. There's your shots.
There's a big hit. Puccio, I don't know if he was looking to make a change, but he found himself in the bench. And then David Spacek with a really good little backhand play to sweep the puck out of harm's way. Or you can see right there where RBT was going to try to deposit the winner.
Yep, Järventie thought he had lots of time and lots of room, and Spacek spins and clears. One an Ottawa pick, one a Minnesota pick. Puck not dropped fairly. They'll do it all over again.
And David Spacek's coach in Sherbrooke, Stefan Julien, was the head coach of the Hlinka Gretzky Canadian team that just dominated in Red Deer last week en route to the gold medal. Terrific performance by the team and coaching staff with Chris Millette. A big hit by David Jiricek on Hirvonen. Right guy to try to knock to the ice. Don't let him get going.
They've had some battles in junior, and he thinks they will have some battles in the National Hockey League before all is said and done. Centering pass. Save made. Järventie tracks the loose puck down, gets it back for Jurmo. Jurmo back for Järventie, lets the shot go. That's turned aside by Bednash. Scramble for a loose puck. Scorzell trying to protect it and muscle his way out of his own zone. One hands it ahead, and Ivan hits the line, delayed offside. And then as he'll play it in behind the net, play gets whistled down. Faceoff will come outside the line.
David Spacek, like his father, big-time competitor. And he's competing in the hard areas. I mean, he comes under the stick of Järventie, strips him of the puck. Järventie's thinking, I'm taking this to the net. There's the hit by David Jiricek on Roni Hirvonen. Yeah, that's how you step into somebody. Beautifully done by Jiricek. I just wanted to finish. Stefan Julien was the head coach. Chris Millette, the head coach of Kelowna in the Western League, and Alan Letang, the head coach in Sarnia, part of that coaching staff. They allowed 3 goals in 5 games. They were phenomenal.
That was a good team. Cleared up to the blue line, deflected out at center. Emil Firo got shaken up earlier in the game as he blocked a shot with his right arm. He'll dump this back in deep. 20 seconds now left in regulation. Talked right off the top about Czechia playing with the big boys and trying to improve from that 7th place finish in 2021, and they've accounted themselves very well here in this game.
They certainly have, and you know, taking the 2-0 lead, really strong first period, falling behind 3-2, but sticking with it. And they tried to make a play there that leads to an icing, so Finland with an opportunity, 11.2 on the clock here to try to win it in regulation and get the full 3 points for the win.
Ratu is the man who will take the face-off against Jan Mysak, who switches over to right-handed for the face-off. Pulls it back. It's cleared to the line, not out. Roni Hirvonen trying to get it backhanded to the net. Jiricek blocked it. And Czechia and Finland are going to extra time. The shot's 28-26 in favor of Finland, and Jan Mysak's goal sends us to extra time here in Edmonton. With the assists, and then Jan Mysak from Michael Gut and Yuri Kulich ties it up 3-3, and here is how we got here. Milosh gets it going with that first one.
Yeah, that old goaltender forgiveness. I wish I had that one back, and just like that, it's 2-0. Great shot by Kulich, but the Finns may be down, but they are never out, Dennis.
Roby Järventie with the power play marker, tees that one up and finds the back of the net. And then this is the goal that ties it up. Went to video review. Casper Pudio with the shot, and that draws this game even. And that gets us to the third period. And Atu Ratu takes that terrific feed, gets his second of the championship. And then after a couple of big saves by Marilainen, one off Gut, and Mishak will bank this in off the netminder and in. And we should have known we were going to extra time. World Junior head-to-head. Finland versus Czechoslovakia, so we're going way back. 7 wins each, 2 ties. Finland versus Czechia, 10 wins each and 2 ties in head-to-head competition. So the money at the top of the game should have been on us going to overtime. Knew we should have put it in our contract that we get paid extra after 60 minutes. I signed it, couldn't get Paul Graham to sign it. The old Dennis Hull line. So 3-on-3 gets going. Hirvonen sends it off into the corner. Niemela will send it back. Roni Hirvonen finds a little bit of room, tries to chip that short side. Bednash makes the save. Niemela gets it on Ratu. He'll work it around Kulich. Niemela lost his footing, gets it back. Ruutu gets it down for Hirvonen. Short side try. Bednash got a piece of it. Niemela is Finland to the attack early. He'll dish this one off. Hirvonen, Ratu, Niemela, wrister, punched away by the blocker of Bednash. And now the teams will change, so that will slow the pace down a bit. Three-on-3 overtime. Stutz, who was the overtime hero, or the late game hero for Czechia in game 1. He'll leave it back in behind his own net. Back up through center. Takes the pass, feeds it on for Ivan. And he'll get chased back out at center on for Svozil. And Svozil will settle it down back in his own zone. The Columbus Blue Jackets draft pick. On for Ivan. He'll get pressured up high. Dishes it down low. Yeravente breaks it up. Muscles his way through some traffic. And then he'll park in behind his own net.
Take a few deep breaths.
Haimo Salmi carries down, snaps it around the boards. Finland completes the change. Shot to the short side. Simon Tybel trying to get that one home. Pile up in behind the net. And perhaps an odd man rush here for Czechia. Near side it goes. Michael Gut goes cross ice, and Spacek took a whack at it, couldn't get anything on it. Milosh back for Spacek. Spacek will leave for Mikhail Gut. Mikhail Gut trying to get away from Pudio. Gets squeezed out in the corner, enough to slow him up, but Simon Tybel couldn't pick it up cleanly. Pudio will. And he'll leave it for Ratu. And that opening trio back out now for Finland. Hirvonen walks it into the slot, lets the shot go, blocked by Juracek. Hirvonen chases it down. Niemela puts on the brakes. Juracek stays right with him. Mishak trying to get a stick on it in behind the net, finally does, and slips it on for Juracek.
It's a really good play by Jan Mishak below the goal line to not allow Finland to get the puck and win it himself. And now we see those changes going on.
A minute and 20 now from Czechia and Finland, taking this one to the limit. Lead pass. Ivan stays onside. Juracek tried to whistle that one through, and that goes off a leg. Ivan tracks it down. A good block there by Yeravente. Back for Juracek. Juracek tried to do a little howdy-do on Kapanen, and nothing doing there. Now he'll play it all the way back to Bednash. Bednash scoops this up, but beyond the reach of Stutz. And Brad Lambert races his way in. Lambert in full speed, circles, plays it back up top. Putio trying to drive it to the net, can't. Lambert has it again. Into the slot, drops it back. Putio! And that ticked off the leg and went over top the net. Stutz may have got a piece of it. Back for Lambert. Being watched there by Sposile. Tried to get it to Putio and a good defensive stick there. Milash trying to get in for a shot. Started the scoring, trying to finish it. And we are going to a shootout. That is next. 60 minutes plus 5 of overtime solves nothing. 3-3. Oh, shootout next.
No, not now.
Oh, yeah, dude, that doesn't look good. I know what to do. What's that?
I'm going to cashnetusa.com. I can apply in minutes, and if approved, I can have the money as soon as the same business day.
Oh, nice save.
Saving the day is easy. With CashNet USA.
When you need money fast, be the hero. Go to cashnetusa.com to apply for the money you need now.
It's not about how fast you run. It's about how well you slow down. Corona Premier. Lower carbs, lower calories. Is your light beer Premier?
I don't like to spend a ton of time shopping, but I like to look good. For me, Poshmark makes that so easy. And whenever I get tired of something, I just relist it back on Poshmark. It's honestly a little addicting, making some money I can spend, keep my wardrobe fresh.
HelloFresh. Go to HelloFresh.com and use code TV16 for 16 free meals across 7 boxes.
So we'll look at the Finland bench. The coin toss has happened for the shootout. In a 3-3 tie, first overtime of this 2022 Summer Edition World Junior Championship.
Yeah, OT. You know, there was some different long possessions, but how about this play by Atu Ratu? So depending on how you look at that play, that's either risky or confident. And then a chance here where the puck doesn't get through to Ratu, and then this 2-on-1 that looked like it could have been dangerous, and Spash it right up into the play. And he's trying to take this right out of the air and swat it. Just the effort alone. There's the Czechia bench thinking, oh, that was our chance. And that's how we find ourselves here in the shootout.
Last time these two teams played was in Buffalo in a quarterfinal game, and it went to a shootout. And Martin Necas was the hero there in that game. Finland will shoot first in this shootout as we look at the two netbinders. Levi Merilainen and Jan Bednash.
We were doing that game on a cold Buffalo. The game began at noon.
It was cold in Buffalo. It was cold in Red Deer last year. Maybe there is something to this summer edition.
You see a lot of people in shorts, flip-flops, no parkas. You don't have to plug in your car to keep the engine warm.
But I'm sure I know the people in Moncton and Halifax are excited about what's happening there in December into January for the 2023 World Junior Championship. Bednash.
Fantastic. We were just there for the Memorial Cup in St. John, New Brunswick. You know, congratulations to the St. John Sea Dogs, Scott McCain, Trevor Georgie, Gardner McDougall coming over from UNB to take over the reins. He's won a lot at the CIS level, and there he goes and wins a Memorial Cup.
Love some of his quotes.
Yeah.
So the shootout will get going. And it will be the captain, Ronnie Hirvonen, who will start things off for Finland. On Jan Bednash. Here comes Hirvonen. Works it to the back to the forehand and can't slip it back to the far corner.
You know, Bednash is such a big, large goaltender, and Hirvonen tries to make this move, but he's in too tight. He can't reach around back behind Bednash to finish the play. That's the advantage of a big goaltender like Bednash.
Yuri Kulich, the Buffalo pick. Speaking of Buffalo, we'll see whether he's hot. He's had himself a good game, and he will be the first to shoot for Czechia. Kulich works it in, lets the shot go, and not sure if he missed the net or if that ticked off some of the equipment of Merolainen. Get a better look at it here. It just missed the net. Roby Yeravente is next up for Finland. He'll come in the same way Hirvonen did. Shot scores! Roby Yeravente gets the opening goal of this shootout.
He didn't get in as deep as Hirvonen did, so he had more room to work. And at the same time, Bednash has to think about a number of things, and he doesn't get the 5-hole close quick enough.
Michael Gut will be next to shoot for Czechia. The early lead for Finland in the shootout. Gut works to the backhand, and Merolainen stays with him.
When you move that slow and you put yourself onto the backhand with very little net to work with, it becomes imperative that the only way you're going to score is if the goaltender makes a mistake, and Merolainen did.
Bit of a glare from Merolainen over at Gut after that attempt. Ratu works it in from the right side. Ratu lets the shot go, and Bednash stays with him, gets a pad on that.
So Ratu coming in from the right side, trying to swing it onto the forehand, and the quick shot. Good save by Bednash, closing it down.
Malash is next to go here for Czechia. The Ranger pick. And he works in on Merolainen, lets the shot go, and Merolainen shuts that down.
I don't see a 5-hole in the chest. I don't think if he was shooting at a corner, he completely missed. Because that hits Merolainen right square on the lion head's emblem. Oh, maybe off his mask, but still.
So Joakim Kemell with the opportunity here to really give Finland a stranglehold in this shootout. And he'll work it in on Bednash, goes back to the forehand, misses the net.
A little attempted artistry by Kemell. You know, Bednash, he had faked Bednash down to the ice. If he's quicker shooting the puck right here, he's got a chance, but he wasn't quick on the release, and then he wasn't able to finish with that slick maneuver.
Yeah, and Mishak will do another circle, wait for the whistle, and here he comes. The captain of the Czechia team works it in, lets the shot go, scores! Jan Mishak knots the shootout up in one apiece.
Well, Mishak, we're seeing what kind of confidence that he's playing with. And, oh, just quick. I mean, Merolainen's looking to get set, and Mishak takes advantage before he does get set.
Kasper Seeman-Taival trying to regain the lead for Finland. Goes to the backhand, scores! great goal by Kasper Seemann-Taival to regain the lead in the shootout for Finland.
Well, Kemmel had fake Bednash to the ice, and you see where Simon Taival does the same thing, and then the slick hands just getting around the outstretched right leg of Bednash. Just a terrific play by Simon Taival.
Matyas Supavalov must score. Works it in, goes to the backhand. Save made. As staying with him was Marilainen, and Finland with a 2-point victory in extra time will go to 2-0. And Czechia will pick up a point. The Czechia, you would have to think, Craig, would be pleased with a lot of parts of this game.
Yeah, I would certainly believe that. Here's this last play by Sapovalov, and he loses it off the toe of the stick, and Marilainen just closed it right down. But to your point about Czechia, yeah, you can be satisfied with a lot of parts of your game, but ultimately you're up 2-0. You had some opportunity to, and a team that wasn't certain of themselves with respect to Finland, you know, you couldn't take advantage. And, you know, again, you know, yes, there's some positives here, and tournament play requires you to get better and learn from those things, but Finland finds a way to end up on the right side of the score.
We'll have the players of the game.
Presented by Beverly Vandeveen, Volunteer Operations Ambassador for the 2022
And then for the
IIHF
second time in this tournament, we will hear the Finland national anthem.
The best player of Team Czechia est le numéro 25, number 25, Jiri Kulich.
So Kulich will be the player of the game for Czechia, well-deserved.
He had a lot of good plays offensively, a lot of good plays defensively. Denied by Puutio on a great opportunity.
The best player of Team Finland est le numéro 10, number 10, Kasper Puutio.
Little suspense there. Kasper Puutio had the goal, but also had the big block shot.
On the Kulich shot, on the Kulich
Correct.
play where he had the whole open net.
So Finland wins it in a shootout. Final score is 4-3 to start day 3 of the World Junior Championship Canada on the 4 o'clock game.
Merci de vous lever afin d'écouter l'hymne national de la Finlande.